Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the homecoming game, our first district game, home game of the season between the Straight Jesuit Fighting Crusaders and A-Leaf Hastings. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thomas Hatfield along with Jacob Dotson, and we are very excited for this broadcast here today. So to begin our pregame show, let's begin with how our teams did last week. First of all, starting with the Crusaders. While they did fight hard, they did lose last week on the road at the Rig against Pearland. They fell 41-20 to them. As Hastings, on the other hand, got shellacked by Alvin 40-20 last week.
Now let's talk about our lineup, starting with our quarterback, Bryce Fusick. Fusick has already thrown over 1,000 yards this season, currently leading the district in an amazing feat. He has 76 completions for 13 touchdowns this year versus only 5 interceptions and 1 fumble. He's looking absolutely incredible. His completion rate about 60%, so you know half the time the ball is going to get to where it needs to go. He's gotten so much better with not forcing passes into coverage in recent games. However, most of his recent interceptions were due to very talented coverage.
Now let's talk a little bit about one of the weak points of the Crusaders' offense so far this season has been rushing. But that will improve very quickly because last week, Joel Crawford made his return to the field with a statement. 23 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown in the loss, but he was no doubt the player of the game for the Crusaders. However, while he will be the main back tonight, expect him to split carries with a few backs, including Giacomo Valente, who against Decaney had a 100-yard rushing day, which is really good for a backup considering who the starter is. And also maybe expect Bryce Lanier to come out of the backfield a bit as more of a receiving back or third down back option, with Giacomo more as a power back. But don't count out Bryce Fusick as a runner. He has been pretty good so far this season as far as his creativity and his dual threat. He has had 90 yards with a rushing touchdown. And as far as the formations they will come out in this game, expect them to come out maybe a little bit more with the shot. Expect them to come out a little bit more out of the I formation and maybe even single back, with the fullback maybe being Thomas Jewett or Chico Holt, maybe even Grant Jackson, maybe even Giacomo Valente. But that is just speculation. We'll have to see. But expect some different looks from the Crusaders this time out.
Indeed, indeed. The receiving core this year is stacked, led by senior Leland Smith, who has 460 receiving yards, currently leading the district in that area, 26 receptions and 4 touchdowns in 4 games. Smith is Fusick's go-to target, an absolutely incredible player. Another key to this team is recent Sam Houston State commit Thomas Jewett. Jewett has 13 receptions for 136 yards and 3 touchdowns so far as the tight end. Seniors Holden Maples and Will Taylor also have 100 receiving yards each and combined 3 touchdowns this year, something to look at this game. Juniors Chico Holt and Bryce Lanier have also made a statement this year with over 80 yards receiving and combined 3 touchdowns. Now Bryce Lanier is very versatile, so look for him in a lot of places tonight as you get into those corners and receptions. And now expect our quarterback Fusick to really air it out tonight against Hastings secondary. It's going to be quite an exciting matchup, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. However, on the Hastings side, there is something that Bryce Fusick needs to worry about, and especially that offensive line, as Hastings does boast one of the top defensive linemen in the city in David Oki. He is a senior with quite a few stars on his recruiting page, as he is being recruited by Houston and Utah State, notably. So look for him to pressure Bryce Lanier quite a bit. But that's all we have in the studio for pregame. I'm Thomas Hatfield.
I'm Jacob Dotson.
And now let's send it down to the field with Landon Foltz and Jackson Amorosa.
Welcome to Clay Stadium for tonight's classic district battle between your Straight Jesuit Fighting Crusaders against the A-Leaf Hastings Bears. Tonight is homecoming, so it is a big crowd out here tonight, a lot of the students here, and a lot of energy tonight as we go face Hastings, looking for our first district win. Both of these teams looking for their first district win, as they're both lost their district opener, but both teams played valiantly in those games, and we are excited to see them play tonight. I'm Jackson Amorosa, and I'm joined by Landon Foltz, and we will be bringing you the action tonight, and we hope you enjoy our broadcast. So we'll delve into a little of the pregame analysis here. We hope you tune into the pregame show with Jacob Dotson and Thomas Hatfield, and we hope you stay tuned for the halftime and postgame show, where those two will keep you updated on what's going on in the game. But for now, I want to pose a question for Landon. So Landon, you've seen some action in the last 4 games. What have you really liked about this team, and what do you think is going to help them in the win tonight?
Absolutely. I've actually been to every game this year. I've been photographing for Yearbook or doing some stuff for SJet here. I think we've really had a good passing attack all year. Of course, there's Leland Smith leading the district, receptions, yards, just about everything. And in our home game a couple weeks ago, Bryce Fusick, of course, the 8-touchdown game, just amazing all around. We do need to work on the running game, and that's going to be a bit harder this game, too, of course, because of David Oakey, as Hatfield said earlier. Overall, I think we just need to keep up the passing attack and try and work Joel Crawford and everyone else back into the running rotation.
Yeah, definitely. I think all those points are very valid. Like you said, Fusick and the offense are going to have to play really well tonight against a good Hastings defense. And I think they've done a really good job in the last 4 games. Bryce Fusick, as a junior, has really led this team against all 4 of their opponents. You know, like I'm sure the pregame guys said, he's already thrown for over 1,000 yards, which is really impressive, especially given the amount of games he's played and how young he is. But another key person that's going to be on the field tonight, he was back for his first game of the year, and that is our student body president, Joel Crawford, at running back. He had a really good game against Pearland at the Rig for his first game back this year with, I believe, just over 100 yards on 23 carries and a touchdown. So we are looking for him tonight to really get the ground game going. And it looks like right now Jesuit is heading into the tunnel, ready to get things going for homecoming night. But Lynn, I want to pose one more question before we kick it off tonight. What do you think on the defensive side of the ball? You know, we saw guys like Mark Arsham and other key players, really win the turnover battle. How big is the turnover battle tonight going to play a part in the outcome of this game?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Of course, Jesuit's game so far this year have mostly been offensive battles. Our defense hasn't allowed less than 4 touchdowns in any of the games. But we've managed to score a lot this year, too. And here come the Crusaders out of the tunnel, led by number 3, Nate Kowalski Jr. Oh, sorry, that's number 38, Joey Garcia, also a senior defensive lineman. Yeah, we just got to keep doing what we're doing on defense, step it up a little bit. Just got to be consistent overall.
They've really been good protecting Bryce Fusick in the pocket and giving him time to throw to his receivers. And speaking of receivers, we have, a great receiving core. They have stats so far at all the positions. And I want to mention a few guys. Leland Smith right now has 460 yards and 4 touchdowns in only 4 games. How good has he been in the last 4 games?
He's been incredible. Of course, there was that game, the game where Bryce got 8 touchdowns, over 200 yards receiving for Leland. He's just been really consistent, catching the ball, not making many drops. He needs to keep that up tonight, keep up that connection with Bryce, just get down the field off of this A-Leaf defense that doesn't have too many good cornerbacks. Should be an interesting game for those two.
And it looks like right now we are preparing for the national anthem, so we'll step aside for the national anthem. Stay tuned.
nurtured us and made us who we are. We thank you for the gift of a place to call home. And we ask you to give us hearts to show our love and gratitude more faithfully each day. Watch over those who are in need and make us eager to care for them. Protect us from all harm and draw us together as your beloved sons and daughters. Teach us to trust in your providence and draw us all to embrace your most holy word. We ask this through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Would you please remain standing? Gentlemen, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart for the national anthem performed by the Jesuit Athletic Band under the field direction of drum majors Abby Fiedler, Sophia Shera, and Tori Hollerback. Band directors Mr. Jesus Pacheco and Dr. Teron Ware.
We are back after that national anthem, just a few minutes away from kickoff as we get homecoming game underway. This is the first homecoming game in 2 years, so we are excited to be back. The stadium is rocking right now. Students are filling up the section, and we are so excited to see the Strake Jesuit Crusaders take the field tonight as the captains prepare to walk to midfield.
Yep.
Our team captains tonight, Landon, who are our team captains tonight?
Number 1, Craig Royal. Number 12, Will Taylor. Number 28, Joel Crawford. Number 39, Jake Foster, our captains tonight. They're walking out hand in hand to midfield to do the coin toss. Now, most of the time when the Crusaders do the coin toss, they elect to receive. They like to have the ball first come out strongly on offense, and I think that's definitely going to be a good thing tonight to get that connection between Leland Smith and Bryce Fusik up and running.
Yeah, you definitely want to get off to a good start, really get the momentum swinging in your direction. So I think that will be important. And here's the coin flip right here. There's the sportsmanship between the two teams. We expect a hard battle, but a fair one.
Of course, as you said, the student section just filling up tonight. It was a bit empty about 15 minutes ago, so you and I were a bit worried, but the last 5 or 10 minutes, people have just filled up everything. Definitely the majority of the student body right now. We've got good attendance tonight all around, and there's even some people down in the Hastings bench.
Yeah, I think people are just happy to be back together here, ready to see their guys take the field tonight. You know, this team has been explosive at times and really fun to watch when things are going their way. So we'll really look for them to get the momentum swinging, and hopefully that goes well tonight.
Just need to be more consistent on defense with the stops because, as you said, we've had some great moments, but we just need to be more consistent with those moments instead of just on and off again. And there's still people filling up the student section. We should have kickoff out here in a minute. I didn't hear exactly who it was, but we'll see right now that the Crusaders are going to be receiving the ball.
Yeah, it does look like we will be receiving as receivers Holden Maples and Bryce Lanier are set back to receive. You know, and Bryce Lanier is another guy we've seen really come on strong here as a junior. He's, you know, one of the most versatile guys on this offense, able to both receive the ball, but then also get handoffs as well. So really dual threat. Another one of Bryce's key targets as they play 7-on-7 together in the offseason. So definitely have a strong connection there. As we get set to kick off here.
Yep, Bryce Lanier, he has been catching pitches, catching long passes, short passes, just straight up running the ball. He's been all over the place this year. He's got a lot of yards too. Bryce has really been spreading the ball, and of course both of them are juniors, something very unusual to see a lot of the time. Junior starting receiver and even more so junior starting quarterback, just not a thing that's done a lot here at Jesuit. But as we all know, Fusik has just been fantastic over these last 3 years.
Yeah, definitely, and here we go. Set to kick off. The stadium is rocking as Hastings gets set to kick. And here is the kickoff. It's going to be a short kick. Going to be fielded by number 84. Chico Holt.
Pretty good return.
Yeah, not someone who usually gets the ball on kickoffs, but, and you know, he's another guy, kind of the backup to Thomas Jewett. Definitely going to be the starting tight end next year, but we've seen a lot of him as well, you know, with a touchdown this year. Another guy who's really going to get some experience in his junior year and then be really good as a senior. But here we go, number 8, Bryce Fusik taking the field for the first time tonight. It looks like he will be in the shotgun on first down. Kind of an interesting formation there, going to be a flag. Probably some sort of illegal shift. Bryce scrambles. What'd you see on that play? That was a little bit weird.
Well, given the fact that they didn't blow the play dead and let it be a free play, they may call offsides, but it looked like the line judge is pointing against Straight Jesuit. It's interesting they didn't blow that play dead, as when lineman has unrestricted access to the quarterback on either offense or defense. The play is supposed to be blown dead, but it will be taken back for a Straight Jesuit false start.
Yeah, it just seemed a little bit weird play design there. A lot of movement in the offensive line, but here we go on a little bit long first down here. Fusik once again in the gun. There's the shift again. Now with only 3 offensive linemen, big stack there, and there's Lanier on the jet sweep. He's gonna get upfield now to the 40, makes a move, and he's gonna be tackled at the 43, and there it is. You know, we wanna mention another guy that has really been crucial to this team. Our new offensive coordinator, Coach Allman, has come in this year, and just like that, the play creativity has been off the charts, and something like that right there can spice up the offense and really get the defense confused.
There. What I'm guessing our strategy here is after that big first down, we just wanted to keep the defense on their toes. We're going to have another fast play up there, and now they're slowing it down a little, allowing for 2 more plays maybe to be put into the playbook for Bryce.
Yeah, I think controlling the pace is going to be really important for the Crusaders tonight. Really understanding, you know, when to push it and when to kind of take their time. And there's Joel Crawford up the middle once again, and he'll get a first down. You know, the offensive line has been doing really, really good. You know, the ground game started really, really rough at the beginning of the year, but with the addition of Joel Crawford and the improvement of the offensive line, it's just really improved.
Yeah, we have some juniors on that line too. Jack Bonsack, he's been fantastic starting. Oh, and there we go. Right to Thomas Jewett, Sam Houston State commit. Another first down. Crusaders are just moving the ball right down the field here, and here comes Chico Holt subbing in. We may have a 2 tight end set here. It's probably going to be a pass. We do have Joel Crawford back in, so we might have another one up the middle. But here we go. First down once again.
Fusik in the gun. He's going to pitch it to Joel Crawford over on the right side. Looks about to be a gain of about 8.
Another big run there. Yeah, definitely controlling the tempo here, making it so they don't have time to switch up formations too much. Strake is just doing great so far on this first drive.
Fusick in the gun once again. 3 receivers out to his left. And the throw is going to be complete. That is number 11, Leland Smith. Looked like it was supposed to be a screen there. Almost got it picked off. Leland able to grab it for a few yards there.
And we do have a flag down on the field. But yeah, a good catch by Leland, avoiding the interception and getting a few yards up the field. Looks like it may be against Jesuit here. Can't tell what they're going to call it. Holding offense. And it looked like it may have been holding downfield block, but they're going to call it holding here. Going to move us back 10 yards, but we still got some good momentum here. It's only going to be 10 yards back.
Yeah, it did look like one of the wide receivers out there meant to block, might have held one of the defenders. But now we have a longer play here. Fusick once again in the gun. 2 receivers to his left and 3 to his right. Lanier in motion. He's going to get the sweep. Looked like a little bit of a RPO there.
Yeah, and they definitely saw the sweep coming that time. It's been botched the first time with that the false start, and then we ran it right up there and got 10 yards. I think they were expecting it in this gun formation. Although we are lining up in essentially the same formation this time. 2 left, 1 right though, and 2 tight ends.
Fusick in the gun. He's going to drop back, scrambles, steps up. Long ball out to Bryce Lanier. Did he catch it? We'll wait for the call, and it looks like they're calling it a catch.
Yeah.
Wow. What a play by Bryce Lanier to keep it in bounds there.
Yeah, just beautiful. Of course, high school and college, you have to get 1 foot down. In the NFL, 2. Looks like he did get 2 down here, though.
And it looks like Joel Crawford fumbled that. Might have been picked up by Hastings. And it is. The Bears recover the fumble, a rare sight from the veteran Joel Crawford. It looks like he just never really got control of that handoff. What'd you see on that play?
Well, Bryce gave it to him on the right. He ran up the middle, and then it just came out of his hands. So he was probably trying to place it in a position where he could carry it well after receiving the ball, but it just never got there. Or maybe he slipped. His hand slipped on the ball, but it just came right out and up. And Hastings is going to have the ball, but they'll be back deep. So maybe the Crusaders can do something, maybe a safety or an interception here. We'll need a big play to get it back into our hands.
Yeah, definitely. And Hastings is going to take their first snap. Oh, and it already looks like a flag down against the Bears. And both teams have started this game with a penalty. And that's going to play a part too in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. 2 false starts, both on the first play of the drive. That can be a real demotivator. Of course, we saw the Crusaders go through that. But we'll see about Hastings back in their own end zone for sure this play. They're going to have to get it out.
Hastings looks to pass, and it is intercepted by number 41. That is Cole Huff, the junior. Wow. Looks like he just jumped the passing lane there, kind of gave the receiver a little cushion, baited the quarterback, and just jumped into that lane, almost had the pick 6, but that's exactly what you were saying. We pinned them back deep, we had the turnover, but, they were pinned back, and, that's just what happens. Our defense.
Right back. Cole faked that he was going to blitz there, and then when he saw the quarterback was going to pass, of course it was an empty formation, he just dropped back and was able to go right into the passing lane, looked the quarterback right down, and got the ball. Almost a pick 6 here, and now we're going to see the Crusaders hopefully score a touchdown here.
And this is back in a similar spot where they just were. Fusick drops it back, and he's going to complete it to number 11, and that is Leland Smith taking a bow. Touchdown, Strake Jesuit. Wow.
Leland Smith on the slant route there. Thomas Jewett probably confused the coverage up there and got it, so Leland was just free. Took 2 of the defenders, one of them not doing what they were supposed to do there, didn't stay in their zone. And Strake Jesuit just straight up scored there.
Wow, what a crazy turn of events in those last few plays, but it ends well for the Crusaders as the kick is up, and it is good. So a 7-0 start for the Crusaders, just under 9 minutes to go in the first, And wow, what a wild few plays there to set up that touchdown pass for Bryce Fusick to Leland Smith.
Fumble by the Crusaders, false start by the Bears, then an interception, and then a touchdown, and a good extra point there by Owen Baum. Very consistent kicker so far. I'm not sure I think he's missed one extra point this whole season. Just very good, and that's what you need at a kicker at any level, just consistency.
Yeah, definitely. Not a position that always, comes with the flash, but, definitely important to a team's success. And what did you like about that drive? I had it ups and downs with the turnover, but besides the turnover, I mean, we just drove right down the field.
Controlled the pace, had everything fast, didn't allow them to do too much of their defense there, had a mix of runs, passes, and options. Overall, I think Strake just came out very prepared, super well coordinated. Nobody missed an assignment blocking anywhere, and Jesuits just been doing super good so far this game. We'll see how they perform on this defensive drive as Owen Baum is ready to kick it off once again.
Yes, and it looks like Hastings is back deep. Going to be a good kick, and it's received up to the left side there, up to around the 40, and that is number 16, Jalen Jefferson, the sophomore, getting the kickoff. And the Bears will come out for their second time. The last time we saw them, interception was thrown to Cole Huff. What do you think the Bears are going to have to do to get around this Strake Jesuit defense?
They may start up with a run here just to get their quarterback's confidence back, maybe a few short passes up in there, but they do have some very good wide receivers on this team. I think they're just going to have to do something other than short pass on Cole Huff's side, and they do start off with a run. Good run at that, about 6 yards there.
Yeah, that was a good run right up the middle.
Linebacking has been sort of a weak spot for the Crusaders this year. There have been a couple long touchdowns right up the middle. I'm sure they've been working on this all week, and the coaches just know this cannot happen this week.
Yeah, you really got to plug up the holes, especially when they go to the ground. And then really play smart in the secondary. Don't let any of these receivers run behind you. But once again, Hastings, it looks like the quarterback who we haven't mentioned, Victor Bahiofor, hands it off to number 3. And he will move the chains. And that's going to be the Bears' first down of the game.
It's Aquarius Newhouse, another wide receiver who's getting in there at the running back spot. Same number as Bryce Fusick, and it's looking like they may play a similar style here, giving some nods to their wide receivers in the running back position as well. It's looking like the receivers are getting more out wide here, so we may have a pass coming up.
Yeah, another split back set here, and a handoff once again to number 3, running out wide. He's going to hurdle. Good tackle there by number 7, Gabe Hejok, the junior.
Yeah, that was an interesting hurdle there. Didn't quite work out for them, but they were able to get about 2 yards there. Long run to the outside there, not a pitch, just a straight up run. And they did move those receivers out there in order to get blocking into the 8-hole. Just a good play overall, but not quite executed well enough by the running back.
Yeah, the defense has done well so far, not really allowing any big plays, and that's what you got to do. You got to limit, the show-stopping plays that score points. And here's a throw right here through the hands of the receiver. I believe that's number 2, Aquarius Newhouse.
Yeah, once again, just dropped it there. Not very successful so far on the passing attack, an interception and a drop. They may try a shorter route here. They may just go back to the ground game.
With a 3rd and 8, I would expect a pass if they really, want to get this first down. And it looks like Bahiofor, once again, is in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to drop back, looking out to his right. That's Aquarius Newhouse. Catches it, turns upfield, stiff arm, and he is going to pick up the first down. Great move there.
Right back to Newhouse, and somebody just did not cover who were they supposed to there. He was wide open on the far right side of the field, and he was able to do great stiff arm there to move the chains for Hastings.
Yeah, really showed some determination to pick up those yards after the catch. And they're going to move the chains here well into Jesuit territory. With a new set of downs, Bahiofor once again lines up in the shotgun. 3 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Newhouse is in the slot, but he's going to hand it off. A good run once again up the middle, and that is number 25, Jadon Webster, the sophomore. You know, we've seen some young players for this Hastings team. You know, they've struggled so far this season, so definitely probably wanting to give some of their younger guys a chance to really see if they can spark this team into a win.
They also just don't have a ton of manpower. On their roster, you'll see a couple of players who play on both sides of the ball, as well as some sophomores here. And I'm sure those players are all very good, but playing both sides of the ball can be very tiring.
It looks like a run here by Bahiofor, and that is going to get swallowed up by the Strake Jesuit defense. Particularly Mark Arsham was in on that tackle, and a great job not allowing the designed run to gain very many yards. And you know, even though Jesuit has allowed some yardage here, they've done a good job just containing. And hopefully now that, you know, their back is a little bit against the wall of their own end zone, they're able to put a stop to this drive and get the ball back.
I agree. Yeah, that option play just did not go exactly how they wanted it to, probably. It may have been better for him to pass it to Newhouse there, but he'll run straight up the middle here and get very close to a first down.
Yeah, another designed run there. You know, and Bahiofor is a large guy, so, you know, able to use his size to really get through that front 7 of Jesuit.
Yeah, and our linebacking core once again stepped up there, actually, and it's looking like it's very close to the first down, so they may come out here to measure, but it's looking like they'll say third and about half a yard, 1 yard.
Actually, it's going to be fourth down.
Fourth down, yeah.
Fourth down, but
changed it.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is third down. The scoreboard is incorrect. They will go for it here. Oh, and great tackle in the backfield. That is number 38.
Joey Garcia.
Joey Garcia, the flag bearer, with a huge stop on third down.
Jesuits going to go back out there on offense now and try and move the ball again.
Oh, and
Hastings has to be disappointed about that into their drive. 4th down and 1, they just could not convert it there. They may have done better to the passing game, but Jesuits going to get the ball back here, and we'll see how they do on this drive.
this is Fusik's 3rd time out here. On his 2nd time, he threw a touchdown pass to Leland Smith, and it looks like he will be in the shotgun. 3 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Joel Crawford by his side. He's going to drop back, he's going to fire, and it's going to go out of bounds. No one was there. It looked like it might have been a miscommunication between number 12, Will Taylor.
Yep, and Bryce is putting his hands up, signaling to Will Taylor that it was probably a comeback route there, and Will just went up the field. Bryce didn't have a lot of time there. The offensive line protection just wasn't quite there that play, but he managed to get the ball off, something he's had a little bit of trouble with this season. Maybe a bit too many scrambles, but he got it off there. Incomplete pass is always better than a sack.
Yeah, definitely. You know, knowing when to just kind of, you know, throw in the towel on the play, throw the ball away is much better, like you said, than a sack. And, you know, that's something that comes with experience. And, you know, Bryce, you know, this is his 5th game as a starter. And, you know, he's really improved his ability to really read the pocket and understand when it's necessary to throw the ball away.
And the down marker is not working correctly on the board, so they're going to be saying what the downs are, but the Crusaders are going to be 2nd and 10 right here, just in case that's not working well on our side as well.
Fusik once again in the shotgun, 2 running backs, and he's going to hand it off to Giacomo Valente. And, you know, he was someone who really took a lot of the carries in the last few games when Joel Crawford was hurt and Devin Baylor was hurt as well. So, and he's really shown that he's another reliable running back.
Yep, Devin Baylor's still out here, so they're going to have to contend with Giacomo still getting a lot of carries here, and he's been doing well so far. A couple of big runs these past few games, and he's out right now with Joel Crawford in as the single back. We'll see how this play shakes up. It looks like it's going to be Fusik in the shotgun again. Both of these teams rarely, if ever, take a snap that's not in shotgun.
Yeah, you know, they really want to expand the pocket and allow Fusick the space to work. He's going to step up, scramble, tries to get away, and he is going to get sacked. That is number 41, Tylan Bowers. Fusick tried to escape there, but was unable, and a great job by the Bears defense getting behind the line of scrimmage and going to bring out the punt team. So, you know, a good stop for the Bears, and they're going to get the ball back here.
Yep.
With just over 3 minutes left in this quarter.
Max Castellanos out here to punt. He's a senior. He's been kicking absolutely amazing this year. A couple of punts over 50 yards even. Here's the snap.
And that punt is going to go out of bounds.
Probably not what the Crusaders wanted here. He just didn't quite get the spin on the ball there, and Hastings is going to come out with the ball at about the 40-yard line, so they're going to have a short field here.
Yeah, great field position for the Bears, and, you know, that's exactly what they wanted. A defensive stop, a 3-and-out at that, and now Bahiofor is going to get the ball once again and going to try and tie this ball game up.
They come on first down, shotgun once again. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and 2 running backs.
Bahiofor takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and great tackle by Mark Arsham as he got in the backfield quickly for the tackle. Wow.
Straight through there for Arsham. Just not blocked at all, untouched, and here's the replay. We'll see. Just get straight through. About a 5-yard loss there for Hastings.
Yeah, just great job reading the snap count and just being quick to get behind that offensive line and, you know, making the tackle, which, you know, a lot of players tend to get in the backfield, but it's hard to bring down those running backs. But he did a great job there and now sets up a very long second down. Bahiofor steps back. He's going to pitch it out wide to number 3. Good job by Jesuit to stop that. Evan Ford, I believe, was on that tackle. Did a great job coming up and making the stop.
And Evan had a great interception last game. He's been playing good all year, and he got that stop there. Maybe a bit of holding in the backfield there, but Jesuit's still able to make the stop, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 here.
Yeah, this is exactly the type of play that Strake Jesuit wants here. You know, you can do a lot of things on 3rd and 10 when you're the defense. I would expect maybe a bit of a safer coverage. Yeah, see, they're only rushing 3 in a delayed 4th. Bahiofor out wide to number 11. That is going to be Jamarian Hines, the junior, and that is actually going to move the chains.
Yeah, he caught the ball right at the first down marker, knew exactly where he needed to be, and the coverage was just a bit soft there, and he managed to pick up a couple extra yards too.
Yeah, so you wonder maybe if, you know, a blitz was more necessary there. It looked like Bahiofor had a lot of time there to really make that calculated throw, and now they're within the 25-yard line, so they're in the red zone here. Strake Jesuit's going to have to do a good job to stop this offense from scoring. Bahiofor airs it out. It's going to be overthrown. Good coverage there by number 7, Gabe Hejok. The ball was intended for number 16, Jalen Jefferson.
Yep, and Hejok just stopped in there. Neither of them were able to reach the ball. Hejok looked like he would go back for it for a moment, and it just sailed out of bounds there. Good coverage. Now we'll get here on 2nd down once again, 2nd and 10. Another incompletion for Hastings. They are coming out in shotgun again. 3 to the right, 1 to the left.
And this is a big down for Jesuit to try and get a stop. And a great tackle once again. 31 was in there, and that is Will Watchell, excuse me. And he did a great job once again plugging up the running lanes. And it looks like it's going to be no yards gained. So setting up once again a long 3rd down. And here's the replay.
Watchell straight through once again. Looks like Hastings is having some trouble with the offensive line there. And the Jesuit defensive line and linebackers just seem to be playing good so far this game. Looks like another blitz coming this down, and here it is.
Yeah, there's a blitz. Bahiofor's going to get out wide. Breaks a tackle.
Not quite to the 1st down line there.
You know, that is going to be close. Great job by
for a first down.
Hiofor to, he broke some tackles over the middle and just plowed his way near the first down marker, and they are going to say 4th and 1. So this will be interesting as to whether or not.
That'll be the end of the first quarter there. Another 4th and 1 situation for Hastings, just like they had last drive. Of course, last drive they were not able to convert. We'll see what happens this drive.
And we will be back in just a moment for the start of the second quarter. Right now, your Straight Jesuit Fighting Crusaders are leading 7-0 over A-Leaf Hastings. And we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. And we are back to get the second quarter underway as we switch directions here. On 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. It looks like a quarterback sneak.
Calling a first down.
And they get it. Great call there by Hastings, as it looks like they moved the chains.
Yep, just a quick sneak there, and they got just enough to get what they needed there. And now they're inside the 20-yard line, 15. And still not first and goal here.
Here's the handoff to number 25 over the left side. Good for about as he moves the pile. Great run by Jadon Webster.
Just short of the first down there. Jadon Webster, about a 9-yard carry once again. Got a couple of good runs up the middle, but also a couple stopped runs up the middle. So we'll see what happens here as they're inside the 10-yard line, but can still pick up a first down here without scoring.
Yeah, and Straight Jesuit defenses will be a really good test here to see how their goal line protection, as the snap was bobbled there, it was picked up, and the quarterback was swallowed by the Straight Jesuit defenders. Scary play for Hastings, but turns into a little bit of a positive. Looked like he might have gotten a yard there, but very dangerous play for Bahiofor, but able to get it back.
Right, still not a first down there though. They're right on the 5-yard line, so it's gonna be 3rd and about 1. Almost certainly gonna have another run here, but they may try something sneaky in the end zone for a pass.
Bahiofor is gonna hand it off once again. Gonna move the pile, and it looks like it will be good for a first down, which will set up 1st and goal.
Inside the 2-yard line. Very good play there. Picked up the first down. No touchdown, of course, but they are right there. Moving some personnel in here right now. Switching out a lineman. They may try another run right up the middle here. They're going to be so close. It's first down once again.
Yeah, and Straight Jesuit really has to put pressure on the quarterback. And there's the design QB run, and into the backfield are the Crusaders. Great job once again to get behind the offensive line. And now it is 2nd down. Great job.
Yeah, they caught him in the backfield there once again. Great job by the D-line. Got through there, so it's going to be at about the 4-yard line here. Loss of 1 or 2. It's going to be 2nd down here for the Bears.
Bahiofor is alone in the backfield. Receivers out wide. Another design QB run, and he's going to go straight into the end zone for a Hastings touchdown. And it is all, sorry, it is not tied up just yet, but here comes the extra point, as it looks like we had a lot of designed runs for Hastings. You know, not something maybe the defense is used to seeing all that often, but, you know, he is a very big guy, so able to, you know, really move there. And, you know, a good drive for Hastings. You know, the defense is really going to have to improve on making sure they contain Bahiofor when he goes to the ground. But here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So it is all tied up here with just over 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. And now Hastings will come on to kick it off once again to your Fighting Crusaders.
It was all Bahiofor that drive. A lot of designed runs, a lot of runs to his running backs as well, but it was mostly him, and he scored the touchdown, and it was almost a blocked extra point there, but the Bears were able to get it in and tie this game up as they come out on the field now to kick it off to your Fighting Crusaders once again.
Yeah, and you know, the defense did some really good things that drive, but just didn't put enough great plays together to stop the Bears, and you know, that's something they're going to have to do moving forward. But, you know, containing the design QB run is really tough. You know, when you have a dual threat quarterback, someone who can, you know, throw the ball and run the ball, it's really tough, you know, because they're so elusive and they're able to get out of the pocket. But, you know, ever since that interception, the Bears have really relied on the ground game. So I think if the Crusaders can really plug up the middle and not allow them to rush and force them to pass, I think that's where they'll find success.
Hey, put some more blitzes in the playbook here. As the Crusaders get dialed up for another drive, the defensive coordinators will certainly be looking at what they've been doing these past drives and try and get more accustomed to these QB runs and runs up the middle, where, of course, Hastings will know that the Crusaders linebacking core needs to step up here. So we'll see how that situation develops in these next couple of drives.
And here is the kick for Hastings. Holden Maples and Bryce Lanier are back deep, ready to receive. And the kick is going to actually go once again to, I believe that's Chico Holt. Once again. And, you know, a good job by him. Not someone who usually receives those, but a good job, you know, holding on to the ball there. And decent field position for the Crusaders out to about the 29-yard line. So that is where Bryce Husick will go to work here. His last drive ended up 3 and out. Wasn't able to get much going, but hopefully he's able to change that here. You know, I'd like to see him, you know, maybe go for a few more, you know, big plays down the field here. And it looks like he might do just that. 3 receivers out to his right, 1 wide to his left, and he will roll out looking for number 11, Leland Smith, and just overthrows him. That's exactly what they needed to do, but you know what? A few things went wrong on that play.
Yeah, Leland stumbled just a little bit at the end of that play, and as we see the replay here, you'll see just that. Bryce got a perfect ball off on the run. It was just a bit long, and Leland stumbled a little bit. That would have been a perfect connection, and maybe even a touchdown there. As we come to second down, he was out by himself. He got the matchup they wanted, and just wasn't quite able to connect.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage is really dangerous for the Bears with a guy like Leland Smith. But it's going to be handed off to Joel Crawford up the middle. Crawford has had a decent game so far. He had that fumble early in the first quarter. But, you know, only on his second game back, you know, he's really getting his legs back under him. And he's done some really good things. Another good run there for about 8 yards. And going to set up a short third down, which is much easier to work with. Fusick in the gun. He's going to hand it off once again to Crawford over the left side, and he breaks free. He's at the 50.
Tackled down at about the 45 there. Great game for the Crusaders. Crawford is definitely getting back into it this game. They've given him a lot of carries, and he is right back in it, and he is going out of the game this play, maybe for a break. And the Crusaders are looking for another play. Leland Smith is back in the game here. On the left side again, covered by number 20, Ronald Amoko, senior defensive back. And possibly another pass play here for the Crusaders. Bryce Fusick.
Fusick once again. Thomas Gio in motion over the right side. Fusick Gonna pitch it out to Lanier. Lanier out wide to the right side, makes a move, and he's gonna pick up the first down. Great job, little fake handoff. And Fusick made the great decision to pitch it to his 7-on-7 teammate. And Bryce Lanier, man, is he quick.
Very fast. I played with him on JV and the freshman teams. He's been fast since joining Straight Jesuit, and he's in the backfield once again this play.
Similar play on the other side, and it's going to be thrown behind him. Lanier picks it up. He's running back to the other side, makes a move, and he's going to get back. Man, that was a dangerous play. But
yeah,
good job by Lanier for recovering that.
Minimizing the damage there.
Yeah, and that was the same play as we just saw, just ran on the other side. It looked like Fusick just didn't know if he should have run that or throw it, and just gave a little bit of a bad throw behind Lanier. But great job by Bryce to get back. You know, it's still 2nd and 15, but that could have been way worse. Fusick once again out wide to Leland Smith, and he's gonna get up the field here. Stiff arm. He's gonna go out of bounds. We've seen some screens to Leland. You know, what do you think about those types of plays?
We see some similar plays in college here, and Leland is getting all these screens covered by about 2 guys out there. They're just trying to get one-on-one matchups with the receivers, so Leland can run free at least for a little bit and pick up some easy yardage there. And the Crusaders are going to be in about 3rd and 8 here. Leland Smith still out on the field with Giacomo Valente and Thomas Jewett in the backfield, although timeout
like
called.
It is going to be a timeout. So we will step aside with just under 7 minutes left to go in this second quarter. And it is tied for 7-7 right now. And the Crusaders are set to face a long 3rd down here that will determine if this drive continues. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Back onto the field here for this 3rd and 8. Same formation for the Crusaders. Jesuit out here with Thomas Jewett and Giacomo Valente in the backfield. See Chico Holt out there on the left, Leland Smith as well, and Will Taylor. Just all good receivers out here right now.
Fusick in the gun. He takes the snap. Gonna be a handoff on 3rd and 8.
Be pretty close, but just a bit short.
Interesting play there. You know, obviously with the, Jewett in the backfield is kind of a fullback. It looked like they were just kind of playing for the 4th down. You know, you don't usually see a run on 3rd and 8, and it looks like they will, in fact, go for the 4th down. So I think that was the plan all along, set up a shorter 4th down. Because, when you're here, there's no really reason to punt because, chances are it's just going to be a touchback anyway. So here it is, 4th and 3. Fusick in the gun. Joel Crawford behind him. Going to be another handoff, and he breaks free. Great job by Giacomo. Wow, that could have ended horribly.
Yeah, he was almost tackled just as soon as he got the ball, but he was managed to break free and get a first down for your Fighting Crusaders. And now Giacomo will come out of the game to very excited Coach Rodriguez and Bryce Fusick out here again. Of course, we have Joel Crawford back in the game now for another play.
Fusick fires, and it's going to be out of the hands of Will Taylor. Looked like a little quick slant there. Thrown a little bit behind him. Kind of dangerous there. Kind of went out of his hands. Could have been intercepted. But, back to that 4th down play, I really did think it was going to Joel Crawford, but kind of threw off the defense. Gave it to Giacomo, who, is just as reliable. And we just saw there, Roca tackle. He was not going to let them tackle him before he got over the 1st down, and great job by him to really continue in the drive.
The Crusaders definitely needed that 1st down conversion here, and they'll be here on 2nd and 10. Only Joel Crawford in the backfield now, everybody else out wide.
Fusick steps back. He's going to scramble. Looking for anyone open. He's going to fire to Crawford. Great job by the Hastings defensive line. to really force Fusick out of the pocket. And, great job by their secondary, not allowing any of the receivers to break free. And, they've done a really good job all game, really, not allowing any big plays, that some of these receivers are capable of. So we'll see if, hopefully that streak is broken and the Crusaders can really start making some moves here. But another long third down play, and you wonder if, like the last one, they're going to maybe set up for a short fourth down or really try and get all these 10 yards.
I think they're definitely going to try and get all 10 yards here. Leland Smith is in the game, though they do have wishbone formation here.
And it's going to be a flag. Looked like it was going to be a pitch out to Rice Lanier. And it is going to be a timeout, it looks like.
By the Crusaders now, although there is still that flag on the field. Looks like they may have just picked it up here because the ball has not changed. Oh no, yeah. He's discussing with head coach right now. Coach Feacock right here. Referees are talking about what happened to both coaches here. And now the Crusaders will be in their timeout huddle here, and everybody's getting ready to go back onto the field now. Just a quick break in the game action there. And I'm not sure any flag was actually called there because we're still on 3rd and 10. They may have just done that to signal that a timeout was called before the play began.
Yeah, the Crusaders might have just wanted to make sure they had this right. This is another crucial play. They're trying to extend this drive in a tied ball game. Here's Fusick once again. Drops back. Looks over the middle. Going to be fired out to Leland Smith in the back of the end zone. It's going to be caught. Touchdown, Crusaders.
2 touchdowns for Leland Smith. Insane catch right in the back of the end zone there.
And you'll see the replay. Fusick with loads of time just fires up top, and Leland Smith climbs the ladder for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Awesome play right there.
Yeah, a bit of a tiptoe catch. Bryce knew exactly where he was, fired it so he would still be in bounds. And we just got exactly what was needed there. And here is Owen Baum out to kick our extra point.
And that play was, high risk and high reward, especially on a 3rd down and 10. But, the defense probably wasn't expecting a long throw like that. And those are exactly the type of plays that we want to see more of for the Crusaders as they now lead 14-7 with that converted extra point by Owen Baum. What an exciting play there. Into a long drive for them that, was continued by that fourth and 3 rush. But overall, a good drive. Had some issues, but ended with a splash.
They wanted all 10 yards on that 3rd down, and they got all 10 yards and more. So after that kick by Owen Baum, he's going to come out here again to kick it off. We can hopefully have a long kickoff here. Our kickoffs so far this game have all been a bit short to the second to back line of receivers here at number 11, and I can't exactly see who the other person out there is. We'll see here though, lining up for a kickoff.
And that last touchdown, you just saw the replay. That was close. He really knew where he was on the field and did a great job getting his feet inside the line. And the kick is away, and it's going to be fielded by number 16 at about the 24-yard line. And he will get it up to around the 35, and that is Jalen Jefferson. We've seen a lot of him tonight as a sophomore, really getting some good minutes for the Bears.
Yeah, once again, a bit of a short kickoff there, and here comes this Jesuit defense out onto the field. Mark Arsham conferring with his team right now, getting them ready to line up against this Bears offense. And they're coming out. They're probably going to be in shotgun formation once again, and we will definitely be looking out for those designed QB runs this drive up the middle, and we shall see. And here comes 1st down.
Yeah, that was their bread and butter on that last drive. Really kept it on the ground. Didn't want to take any chance of an interception here once again, but Mark Arsham enters the backfield with a mission. What a tackle there for loss.
I think Arsham can certainly say mission accomplished there. No gain there, and about a loss of half a yard even, and they're backed up a little bit now. 2nd and 11. Definitely beat the designed run there up the middle, and he said, no, sir.
Yeah, and those are big plays because now Hastings might be forced to throw it if they really want to get this first down. And here's the snap and another handoff, changes direction, and a good tackle there by number 36. That is Billy Van Pelt, the senior linebacker. Great job tracking that running back as he was shifting directions there. And gonna set up a pretty long third down, 3rd and 7. So we'll see what the Bears do here. But once again, 2 runs to start off the drive, and that's really where they've kept their game so far. And this time around, the Crusaders have done a really good job containing that run.
Mark Arsham almost had him in the backfield once again, and Billy Van Pelt was able to mop up there and only allow a game of 4 there, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
And here's a screen pass, and it was dropped. It was a forward pass, so no fumble or anything, but it was dropped. That was number 11, Jamarian Hines, the junior, and a great stop by your Fighting Crusaders as the punt team comes on. And that's exactly what you want to see out of defensive possession. 3 and out, tackle for loss, forced incompletions, and just all around great job by the defense.
And what's very key is that drive was under 2 minutes, so it allows the Crusaders to have the ball back with about 4 minutes left. Definitely more than enough time for a long drive here.
And a good high punt there. It's going to be received by number 1, Craig Royal, the senior captain.
And Craig was in on that play, last play too, on the 3rd down. He picked up the ball that was just barely a forwards pass. And the Crusaders, the Jesuit Crusaders, are coming out here once again, getting in their offensive formation and ready to have another drive here with 4 minutes and 8 seconds on the game clock.
And this drive is very important because, we saw at the start of the game, we started with the ball, which means that Hastings will get the ball in the start of the second half. And here's an interesting formation once again with only 3 linemen, a lot of people spread out wide. Another creative play, and you can see the defense is a bit confused here.
That's number 23, Rhett Thibodeau.
And Fusick lines up, tries to break free out wide, and he tried to get rid of the ball there.
Probably good he didn't, though, because that could have easily been called for intentional grounding there. He just managed to take a loss of about 3 yards there, and will be setting up in 2nd and 13. Rhett Thibodeau, not a lot of action so far this year, but they're getting him in on some more plays, and he had a long route down there, and Bryce just was not able to connect there.
Yeah, kind of a creative play there. Looked like he was trying to go downfield. Just the secondary of Hastings did a great job containing the receivers, not allowing Bryce to fire it. And when you only have like 3 linemen, the rush is eventually going to get through. But Fusick, once again, on a long second down, steps up, fires. There's Holden Maples. And he's going to pick up a few yards there, going to set up about a 3rd and 7, I believe.
Up to 3rd and 6 right here. Yeah, good play. Possibly could have gone for even longer, but Leland Smith was just not quite able to get the block of that cornerback there, and Maples was tackled. Still good play overall, positive yardage, and a short 3rd down.
Here's Fusick once again, steps up, fires, and great job by the Bears not allowing Chico Holt to make that catch. And 2 great defensive possessions by both teams, 3 and outs. And the punter, Max Castellanos, is going to come back on. And, Jesuit looked like they just couldn't get anything going there. Had a loss of yards on 1st down. Some positive yards on 2nd down, but nothing too large. And then incomplete pass on 3rd down. So not exactly what you want to see as they punt it away.
And all 3 passes, too, which means that only about 45 seconds came off the clock.
Yeah, and this is exactly where you do not want to be, because if Hastings, drives down the field here and scores a touchdown, they are getting the ball back again. So a chance for a 14-point swing if things go right for Hastings. So really important for the defense to step up here and get another stop.
But a very good tackle there by Jesuits' coverage team, and it'll pin them back at the 30-yard line. So not going to be quite as easy as maybe Hastings would have hoped there.
Yeah, definitely. The special teams have done a great job, really on both sides tonight. But here's another designed run right up the middle. and good for about 9, maybe even 10. Man, it looked like, he had a huge gap to just run right through the line of scrimmage, and it will move the chains. And, the defense just, really has to see if they can plug up the middle a little bit better there and not allow for that. He was all alone in the backfield, maybe expecting a pass, but he just took it himself.
Yep, and that A-gap just parted like the Red Sea, and he was able to get right over 10 yards, and he'll be in the backfield alone once again, and here comes
another run, and he gets up the field for another first down. In that time, instead of just taking it himself, he kind of faked him out with the sweep, kept it himself, did a great job moving, and another first down for the Bears as they continue to not only move on the field but also take time off that clock. And like you said, I was a little surprised to not see any designed runs for the Crusaders. All 3 passes, which really hurt them in the time management category. But now he drops back to pass, and it is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there by number 13, Josh Abear, the junior. And, he has been one of the guys that in the games that I've watched, has really stepped up. I've seen him get interceptions. I've seen him do really well in coverage. So he's a junior that has done really well. And, we have a few junior cornerbacks out there tonight. We've seen Gabe Hejok in coverage a little bit. And, they haven't seen a lot of throws, but, they've done a really, really good job in pass coverage. And I think that's part of why Hastings feels the need to run so much.
Exactly. Another run here, and it's going to be caught in the backfield.
And that is Mark Arsham again, along with number 57, I believe that was Ben Norvell. Great job there, just snuffing out the run play. And now they are backed up deep, 3rd and 16, and that is exactly what you want for the defense here.
And I am a bit surprised that the Crusaders have chosen not to take a timeout here, as Hastings can just kind of drain the clock here and get it down to about 1 minute and 40 seconds before they have to snap the ball, which is something that the Crusaders do not need here. They want all the time they have so they can get the ball back.
And here it is, long 3rd down, gonna fire, and it's picked off! He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10! Touchdown, Crusaders! That is number 13, Josh Abear.
Once again, fantastic coverage this game by the defensive backs, and about a 55-yard pick 6 there. Perfect by the Crusaders. Good coverage, and Abear just stepped up and picked the ball off, broke through a tackle, and ran untouched 40 yards into the end zone after that broken tackle. And here comes Owen Baum once again to kick the PAT. 20-7 right now, your Jesuit Crusaders.
Yeah, I think I manifested that one. I brought him up a few plays before, a little bit of announcer's luck there, but great job by Josh Abear in coverage, and he just took it to the house as Owen Baum set to kick, and the point is good. 21-7, and you were just talking about getting the ball back and scoring, and that's exactly what they did. But it was the defense this time that stepped up and did it themselves.
Our cornerbacks are just so fast. You saw Josh Abear's speed there. Just straight down the field. He knew that he had a hole there at the sideline. He just took it and ran with it. And then there was a big celebration, and the stadium was just rocking for a minute, and our cheerleaders are performing now. And the Jesuit Crusader guard just ran down the field once again, 21-7, your Jesuit Crusaders. And here comes the kickoff. Hastings only have about 1.5 minutes with the ball here, so we should see some more passes, although you have to wonder at this point, do they really want their quarterback to continue passing the ball after the troubles they've had all game?
Yeah, I think, you want to stick to the run game if you're the Bears. That's what's worked. I see the reason why they passed on that. It was 3rd and 16. You really wanted to convert that, but it was just, not the greatest pass, and, really good coverage by Abear. And here's the kickoff by Baum, and it's going to be a squib, and it was touched, picked up there at about the 35, and he's going to get up to about the 38. That is number 29, I believe. That is Zyadrian Mitchell.
That is probably what you want to do in that situation. Squib kick, with more time off the clock, no chance for just to call for a fair catch. And now we're under a minute here, 56 seconds left. And the Crusaders have only allowed them to gain about 16 yards here, 1 first down, so it'll be 2nd and 6 when they come back from this timeout. The defense is just probably looking at their assignments here, trying to plan for what they'll do here. And I'm sure Coach Feacock is prepared for runs once again and trying to just prevent them from even to get into field goal range right here.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Like we've talked about, they are going to receive a second half kick. And so if, the Crusaders give up a score here, they potentially, could give up another score coming out of halftime, and the game would all be tied up. So the Crusader defense really has to step up here and get some stops in the final minute. But here is Bahiofor once again, standing at about midfield. He will take the snap in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. It's going to be a little pitch to number 25 as he will go straight up the field. Number 25 is Jadon Webster, the sophomore running back.
And defensive back. As we talked about, there have been a couple of players who are playing on both sides of the ball here, and he was just able to pick up the ball and get a couple of yards here for 3rd and 4.
And here's Bahiofor again on the pass. And a great tackle by number 13, that is Josh Aber once again, tackling right at about the first down marker. And it is going to be a first down. And, I think if you're the Bears, those are the type of passes you want. Nothing really over the middle, nothing that could potentially get intercepted, moving the chains when you need to. And now, with 27 seconds left, they're,
still well outside of field goal range here at the 40-yard line, but they're in a better position than they would have been without that first down pickup here. And here comes Bahiofor back up into the shotgun formation for another play on first down here.
Bahiofor drops back, looking to pass. Going to be a little pass over the middle. That's going to be number 2, Zaquarius Newhouse.
The whole mess of Crusaders there to tackle him.
He is going to pick up a few yards, and the time is ticking here. Only about 10 seconds left. Bahiofor takes the snap, looking, fires. Another tackle there by Aber, but he catches it inbounds and gets out of bounds. 5 seconds left. You're going to get another play here.
And they'll keep the offense on the field as it still is a very long field goal. This would be about 50 yards. So there is a timeout by the Crusaders here, and they're going to get their defense all ready for anything that could happen here. They're definitely going to try and get the ball into the end zone. And the Crusaders are probably wondering how they're going to do that. Maybe a long pass, but that just hasn't really been attempted all game. I think there's been 1 or 2 pass attempts over 10 yards, and everything else has just been inside or outside under 10.
Yeah, I agree. With 5 seconds left, you can either really try and score with a long pass or just, prepare for the second half. The danger of the long pass is, what we just saw a few minutes ago. I mean, you get it intercepted and you take it the distance. So that is not what the Bears want to do here. But the defense is prepared, for anything right here. That's why they took the timeout to regroup and get ready for what should be the final play of this half.
Yeah, and we do have our safeties back deep here at about the 15-yard line.
It looks like he is all alone. Drops back, fires, and it is going to be knocked out of the air. Could have been intercepted. Great job by the Crusaders secondary. Evan Ford in there to disrupt the pass. And overall, a really good half for Strake Jesuit. They're up 21-7, and I'm excited for the second half. And we want to make sure that y'all stay tuned for our half game show. Jacob Dodson and Thomas Hatfield will keep you updated on their takeaways from the first half, and we'll get you prepared for the second half. We want to thank you for tuning in so far, and we hope you continue to watch this district game on homecoming night.
Hello and welcome back to the SJet studio, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Hatfield, Jacob Dotson, and boy, what a defensive, unexpectedly defensive half that was. I mean, it was a thing of big plays on defense and not on offense as we expected.
It sure was. That was absolutely incredible. We had some great tackles by Mark Arsham, getting at their ankles, some stuff-ups in the line. Absolutely amazing to watch. That was exciting. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was capped in that quarter was capped off and the half was capped off by that incredible pick six. And I mean, he just ran it back, and great job to our camera guys for getting a great replay on that. You really got to give it to him. And this has really been a game of big plays so far. I mean, we saw it with the throw to Bryce Fusik's throw and a great, unbelievable catch by Leland Smith to just pull it down and tiptoe his way and keep his toes in. I mean, that was just
over
a crazy
the helmet.
catch.
Over the helmet, absolutely amazing catch. That was exhilarating. Can't even believe he got that.
Yeah. So, Jacob, what are some takeaways from the first half for the Crusaders, do you think?
Some big takeaways, I would say, is mainly our defense. I was really, really surprised and really, really excited this year. Our defense came out with that much energy, that much enthusiasm, hit really hard. We had some really good stops. I was also impressed with our offense going off of those big plays, as we saw, especially with those nice passes with Leland Smith and that last touchdown pass. What an incredible over-the-helmet catch. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, definitely. You could tell Coach Fikach was very pleased with his defense's production. And this is a different kind of defense from what we've seen the past few games. I mean, they've let up more points than they've scored. So this is a good change that you want to see, especially if you're Coach Fikach. And what about the offense? What takeaways do you think you can take from that?
I think some big takeaways from the offense is our receivers. We talked about it in the pregame, and now we've seen it in action with those receivers, catching those passes, getting some yards, and gaining some ground. And I think it's one of the main things we've seen tonight. Also with some runs from Joel Crawford, getting those 10, 15-yard runs. It's pretty incredible to see. Giacomo getting out there, getting some runs as well. So we got some good runs with mix of passes. So it's a good combination of both.
Yeah, definitely. And what are a few things you think the Crusaders could do a little bit better and make the adjustments they should make starting in the next half, given they do receive the ball to start the second half?
I think some good things they could do just on defense would be, when that QB wants to run up through that gap, then you stuff that gap up. I saw 2 times where that 19 was running right through the hole, and he got 9-10 yards on those plays. So I think if we were a little tighter at the line and put some pressure on defense, we'll have a much more solid half.
Yeah, definitely. So a little bit of a blueprint for how this halftime show is going to go. It's going to be a little bit different than usual. We'll start with the Hastings band. Then we're going to move to the picking and coronation of our homecoming queen, which I'm sure you'll be excited for that. Then we'll go to the straight Jesuit band and then send it back to Jackson and Landon for the start of the second half. And that'll be it for us here at halftime. I'm Thomas Hatfield.
I'm Jacob Dotson.
And we will see you at postgame.
Welcome to the 2021 Strake Jesuit College Preparatory Homecoming Ceremony. This homecoming court consists of 6 young women who were identified as leaders and women for others and nominated by the Strake Jesuit senior class. The homecoming crown is presented by Mr. Ken Lojo, class of 1991 and principal of Strake Jesuit. He is assisted by Sean Varkey, class of 2022 and vice president of the Strake Jesuit House Council. Please direct your attention to the center of the field for the presentation of the members of the homecoming court and their selected escorts. Catherine Dang. Catherine is the daughter of Sean and Holly Dang. She is a current senior at St. Agnes Academy and is a member of the National Honor Society and a 4-year member of the Diversity Club. Catherine has proudly cheered for St. Thomas High School for 3 years and was named All-American Cheerleader this summer. She is also co-president of the St. Thomas Spirit Club at St. Agnes. For the past 2 summers, Catherine has worked at her church as a camp counselor and enjoys traveling, reading, and spending time with her friends. She plans to study business and hopes to attend the University of Arkansas or Louisiana State University. She is escorted by her brother, Anthony Dang. Danielle Graham. Danielle is the daughter of Drew and Penny Grahams. As a senior at St. Agnes, she has taken on many leadership roles, including the Dominican Preaching Team and National Honor Society. She is a proud member of the National Charity League and enjoys volunteering and hanging out with friends. She has worked after school as well as during the summer at Art Mix Studio, where she assists child and adult art students of all ages and abilities. She recently interned for a design firm and plans to study interior design with a business minor. Danielle hopes to attend the University of Texas, Texas A&M, or the University of Oklahoma. She is escorted by her father, Drew Graham. Victoria Johnston. Victoria Johnston is the daughter of Christy and Alan Johnston, a senior at St. Agnes Academy. She has earned academic high honors and Dean's List all 4 years and is a member of the National Honor Society and National English Honor Society. She is on the Chorus Council and member of the St. Agnes Strake Jesuit Mixed Chorus, as well as a proud member of the Varsity Ensemble Triple Trio. Victoria has had fun performing on the main stage in St. Agnes Strake Jesuit performances, especially her recent roles as Roxy and Annie in Chicago. Victoria has also served as president and secretary of her class in the National Charity League. She is a UCA All-American cheerleader and co-captain of the St. Thomas High School varsity squad. Victoria hopes to attend the University of Notre Dame in the fall and major in sociology or psychology. She is escorted by her father, Alan Johnston. Taylor Lee. Taylor is the daughter of Swan and Kiki Lee. She is number 4 out of 6 siblings and loves her big family. Now a senior at St. Agnes Academy, Taylor's been a 4-year member of the Tiger girls dance team and currently holds the vice president position on the social officer line. Taylor is active in student council and proud to serve her class as their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior class president. Taylor loves hanging out with friends, meeting new people, and she hopes to attend Texas A&M, the University of Texas, or the University of Houston. She is escorted by her father, Swan Lee. Isabel Lewis. Isabel is the daughter of Joseph and Lisa Lewis. She is currently a senior at St. Agnes Academy. Isabel is a member of the National Charity League, an active member of the Strake Jesuit Spirit Club at St. Agnes. She enjoys hanging out with her friends, snow skiing, and volunteering at the Center for Pursuit, a nonprofit organization for adults with disabilities. Isabel has proudly served as a Strake Jesuit cheerleader for the last 3 years, and she currently holds the position of captain. She plans to study business or psychology and hopes to attend the University of Georgia, Texas A&M, or Louisiana State University. She is escorted by her father, Joseph Lewis. Elia Wolf. Elia is currently a senior at Incarnate Word Academy. She is the oldest daughter of Keith and Mary Wolf. Elia enjoys sports and is a 4-year member of the IWA varsity soccer team. She also runs for the IWA cross country and track team. Elia is a member of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, campus ministry team, and is an ambassador for IWA. In her free time, Elia enjoys spending time with friends, reading, watching Strake Jesuit football, and volunteering at Lifehouse. She plans to study aerospace engineering in college next fall. Tonight, she is escorted by her father, Keith Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Strake Jesuit Homecoming Court. The homecoming queen is selected by a vote of the Strake Jesuit student body. Students are asked to choose a homecoming queen who best embodies the spirit and values of Strake Jesuit. Strake Jesuit College Preparatory is proud to present your 2021 homecoming queen, Taylor Lee. Congratulations to Taylor and the entire 2021 homecoming court. There's a car key that has been found. It is a key to a Lexus. and it is in the athletic office if you are missing a car key.
Welcome back for our second half coverage, and here we are with the Crusaders about to break the banner right here entering the second half, and there we go, the Crusaders off to a second half as they run back onto the field, poised to finish off the Bears and get their first district win. They're up 21-7 right now. Landon, what were the biggest takeaways in the first half, and what do you think is going to be necessary to take this one?
I definitely think we're going to have to get more of that passing attack going. We've had, obviously, a lot of success with 2 out of our 3 touchdowns coming on passes. Leland Smith has been there all game. We just haven't done a ton there. We've done a lot on the ground, too, though, that set up those passing plays. I just think we need to run a couple more there and keep preventing this Hastings team from runs up the middle, QB runs. Other than that, I think we've been mostly successful in this half. Obviously, there was that 1 touchdown we gave up, but otherwise, we basically stuffed them. A lot of 3 and outs. It's been more of a defensive battle than most games this year have. And we just got to keep that up as Hastings will get the ball first, and we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments have been made by the Crusaders.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the offense will see them, be a little bit less conservative perhaps. Bryce Fusick has thrown for 2 touchdowns so far, both to Leland Smith, and we had that pick 6 by Josh Hebert late in the second half that really hopefully will carry the momentum to start this half. And, like you said on the defense, we've seen the Bears go to the ground for almost everything so far. And partly due to the fact that, they've struggled in the passing game. The pass coverage for Strick has been really, really good. 2 interceptions for them. And so I think you're right. I think it'll be a defensive battle all the way to the end. But here we go as Owen Baum gets set to kick off to the Bears. Number 2, Zaquarius Newhouse is back deep, ready to receive to start the second half. And here's Baum. And the kick is up, and the second half is underway. Fielded at about the 25. That's number 16, Jalen Jefferson. He makes a move and gets tackled right at about the 31 by number 37, Caden Collins.
Yeah, good coverage there by Jesuit. He was looking to come back around to the right side and maybe get something on the outside, but then he saw that there were 2 Jesuit defenders there, and he just realized that there was nowhere he could go. And so he decided to take the yardage he could get, and he got it out to the 32 there, and we'll get 1st and 10 for Hastings.
And here is Bahiofor taking the field for the first time. We have seen him run the ball quite a bit so far and done a really good job at it. And here's the handoff right there.
Yeah, just about a gain of 1 or 2 there. Another handoff to start off the first half, as is expected. And Strake Jesuit was really there and prepared to get what they got. So looks like it'll be about 2nd and 8, and we'll see how the rest of this drive goes. Looking for a play right now.
And here is Bahiofor once again, split back sec. He has 2 receivers out to his right, and it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Looks like that was to number 25, I believe, Jadon Webster. And he was
swallowed up by the Jesuit defense there. Just a couple more yards. We're definitely getting them better out the middle here. I think that may have been the main adjustment we made during the second half talks, and it looks like it's worked out well so far.
Yeah, great job by the front 7 of the Crusaders. Getting up and controlling the line of scrimmage. That's what you want to see. And now, you set up a, kind of long mid 3rd down. Maybe try and force a pass. And there's the flag down. Going to be a busted play.
Looks like it may have been the Crusaders there, although it may have been movement by the offense that caused the defense to come off sides. They're conferring about it here. It's definitely close. Let's see what the call is.
Ref's taking a second to look this one over. Here's the call.
We'll start 5 yards back. Better position for the Jesuit defense here, as it's going to be 3rd and long instead of 3rd and medium here.
Yeah, and this is where you want to be for the Crusaders, and I would hope they blitz here, really try and give the quarterback less time, and might even suspect a run. The passing game for the Bears really hasn't worked, and here's 4 men rushing right now. And he has time, scrambles a little bit, and airs it out over the field. And there's Evan Ford. He was right there, almost had the interception. Great coverage. And that pass was intended for Zaquarius Newhouse. And here's the replay. Great job by the defensive line to really force that. And Evan Ford just right out of his hands, a little bit overthrown. Great job on that coverage, and that's exactly where you want to start for the Crusaders. 3 and out, and here comes the Bears punt team.
And Newhouse has been featured most of this game, and they had Evan Ford on him, just great with the coverage. And that's really why they say if you're fast, you got to get out there for the defense when you're playing quarterback. And he just made a great play there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to pick it, but here comes a good return by number 1, Craig Royal.
Craig Royal at the 40, the 30, the 20, and he's forced out of bounds, but there is a flag thrown down at about midfield. Looks like this one might be coming back. Usually these long punts tend to have a block in the back, but if this one does stand, that was an incredible run by Craig Royal. Here's the replay.
Let's see if we can see it specific. Oh,
might have been
maybe a block.
bad block there, and there it is.
Joey Garcia doesn't look like he meant to do it, just some bad timing on one of his
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, Crusaders are going to be back on their own side of the field, up at the 20-yard line. But as we know, Bryce Street and Leland Smith have had a good connection all game long. And Leland Smith is out here on the field, only 2 receivers, although we have both Thomas Hewitt and Chico on the field. We'll see what happens up here.
This looks like this one might go to Crawford as he is lined up at tailback. Fusick in the gun. He'll take the snap. And it is going to be a handoff to Crawford as he goes up the middle and is stuffed right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. Going to set up a long second down, about 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders.
Yeah, he just kind of powered up there up the middle. They had quite a few guys up there, and he was just able to take what he could get.
Another handoff off to Crawford. He's up the middle now at midfield. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. Cuts back inside and is forced out of bounds. Looks like he dropped the ball, but I think he did step out of bounds right around maybe the 15, the 10. What a run to power through there.
As we see on that first down play, they still get a ton. And here they come up at the 10.
What a run by Crawford to get outside there and just turn on the Jets. And now Fusick here, 1st and 10 in the red zone, takes the snap, handoff to Giacomo.
Run attack has just been really fantastic so far. Haven't thrown a pass, but that 2-back combo with Valente and Joel Crawford up there has just been deadly this drive. And here they are, both of them out there.
And a flag is thrown. Looks like that might have been, and he waves it off.
Probably didn't see the substitution there, but they do have 11 guys out there, not 12.
And here's 2nd and 4. Fusick in the gun. Handoff. Crawford around the side, and he's going to power his way inside the 5. Going to set up 1st and goal. They have gone to Crawford multiple times this drive, and he has delivered, just pounding the Bears defense back. And you know, this is a great way to start the half. You really control the pace, take some time off the clock, and you know, you don't leave yourself any room to make errors when you go to the run game. And here's Fusick once again, 1st down, handoff to Crawford up the middle. He's gonna find his way into the end zone, and we are rocking and rolling here at Clay Stadium with a touchdown, and that was all Joel Crawford that drive.
Yeah, all runs to him other than that one to Valente there, but he just dominated the defense there with that long run and a couple short ones at the end to get a well-deserved touchdown on the ground there for the Crusaders. And here comes the extra point from Owen Baum to make it 28-7.
Yeah, and you know, the Bears, I think, dominated the ground game in the first half, but you know, the Crusaders came back and just ran it all the way, and that is going to be a rare miss for Owen Baum, so it'll only be 27-7 now. Still a large lead for the Crusaders, and that's exactly what you want to do on both sides of the ball coming out of the second half. You get the stop, then you get a long, nice drive, relying on your star tailback all the way to the house, and now we are set to kick off once again.
And we are confirming with the stats people right now, but we believe that Crawford is at or near 100 yards rushing, which is just a fantastic performance from him as we're just into the 3rd quarter, and Baum is here to kick it off again. And as Amorosa said, that is a rare miss from him, but hopefully he can have a good kickoff here so that we have a good defensive position for the Jesuit Crusaders. And he is about to be set to take it and kick the ball off to Hastings once again.
And the kick is up. It is fielded there, and a good run. Oh, and he gets to the outside. He's at midfield, the 40, and he's gonna fall out of bounds, and that is number 5, George Cannon, with an impressive run. Just kind of got into the middle, noticed the opening on the left side, and just took it. And that's exactly what you want for the Bears, you know, now setting up good field position to try and get back into this ball game.
And the Crusaders, their right side of their coverage team just was not quite prepared. Dove into the middle there as it looked like Cannon was getting to midfield, but he was able to get about an extra 15 yards due to that rare mess up by the special teams.
And now he is all alone, and another designed run, but a great tackle there by number 38. That's
Jake Foster, number 39.
Jake Foster, excuse me. And there is an injury on the field, and that is the quarterback, Victor Bahiofor, and that is really, really unfortunate for the Bears, and we will take a second for this timeout.
Yep.
Hopefully he is all right. He would be a huge loss for the Bears, so we hope that he is okay as the medical staff takes a look.
Student trainers at Jesuit are very good. They spend a lot of time working to be good at what they do. And as both teams meet here to decide what the rest of their plays will look like, of course, Hastings may have some decisions to make with quarterbacking coming up here.
And we want to give you a little update. Our statisticians back in the studio want to keep you updated on some other games around the district. Right now, in the second quarter of the Elsick-Taylor game, Taylor leads that one 14-0. At halftime, Pearland, the team that Jesuit fell to last week, is leading 35-14 over Alvin. Also at halftime, Shadow Creek and Pearland Dawson are tied up at 17. That one's set to be a good one. And we want to remind you that our next game is at Shadow Creek, but we will be back here on the 15th at Pearland Dawson, for Pearland Dawson, excuse me. But it looks like we are able to resume play.
Bahiofor looks like he's coming off for maybe just a play here as is required after an injury like that. Hopefully he's okay. He did walk under his own power, however.
And now the backup, Ray Valenzuela, the junior, takes the snap from the gun, fires, and it's going to be a little bit in front of his receiver. And
they just couldn't make the connection there. This is his first play in on the game. They're probably trying to get him into the game. Starting off with a pass, maybe not the best idea there as it was incomplete, but we'll see what they do this next play. It looks like he'll still be out there, so he'll be able to call at least one more play here as he talks about it to his running back. Or sorry, that's Kenneth Miller, who is a wide receiver / defensive back.
Yeah, and it's really tough to be forced into a game here as the backup, but he...
Wow.
And wow, what a sack there by Joey Garcia. He just stormed through the line of scrimmage and sacked Ray Valenzuela there. And it's going to set up a 4th down. Wow, what a sack there. And that is going to end the drive for the Bears. And they will get set to punt it off to Craig Royal, who is back deep, ready for the return. And that's exactly what you want to see from the Crusaders. And the punt is off and is high up, and Craig Royal makes the fair catch at about the 14-yard line.
Good punt by Hastings there. Pinned Jesuit back just a little bit, but that's exactly what we needed to start the second half. Just another possession here, getting the ball back pretty quick after already scoring. This is looking great so far. Great third quarter. We've really stopped them on those inside runs that were getting a lot of yardage in the first half. And it looks like those halftime adjustments have been going good.
Yeah, 2 good stops is exactly where you want to start. And here's Crawford once again. He breaks free. He's at midfield. And he's going to be brought down at right about the 40. And he is pumped up. The student body president is shining right now on the field with another humongous run there. And he just dragged about 4 defenders all the way to the 41. And here's the replay. And he just is so fast. He breaks out of the line of scrimmage with the stiff arm, the spin move, and then gets across midfield. Just display of athleticism. And here it looks like might have been a penalty. Is going to move the chains once again.
Maybe for the tackle there. Looked like it could have been called for a horse collar or maybe a face mask. And now we definitely know Crawford is over 100 yards.
And here's Valente again changing direction. Going to go back inside here, and he's going to force his way down to about the 16, 17-yard line. Well into the red zone. Going to set up a short second down. And the Crusaders have been completely on the ground in this second half, really taking time off the clock. Not a lot of passes, which is interesting because, with the receivers you have, you want to maybe go to them. But when the ground game's working, I mean, that's the safest way to play. You take time off the clock and don't allow for any interception. But Fusick keeps him himself, gets to the outside, and gets the first down.
And, when that ground game is working and you're ahead, you definitely want to keep it up with that. As we see, Jesuit has already passed the halfway mark in this quarter, and they're just draining the clock here, kind of trying to erase any hope A-Leaf has of coming back here. And here's Fusick again.
And here's Valente up the middle. And he is going to get close. It might have been and it looks like maybe the stop of forward progress. They're going to not call it a touchdown, but it is very close.
Touchback. So the defense will come out on the field, which means...
He must have fumbled that.
Yeah, fumbled it into the end zone, which means with the Hastings recovery, they will get the ball on the 20-yard line. Not a good result for Jesuit for that drive. They did everything they needed to do, just unfortunate timing with that fumble. So now Hastings comes out with the ball, and the defense will have to go to work again.
Yeah, so close to the end zone. You really know Giacomo really wanted that and just got it stripped right around the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And so now the Bears come out, and it is really good to see Bahio back in the game. Had a bit of an injury earlier in the quarter, but it looks like he is back out there ready to rock. So that is good news.
And the referees have stopped play for a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a timing issue. Want to make sure enough time's on the clock after that fumble. But the drive was going well, and the run game was going well, and I think that's good. Even with the fumble, it's a good sign, and hopefully the defense can stick with it here as the run goes to number 25. That is Jadon Webster, as he is swallowed up by the straight Jesuit defense for a short gain.
Looks like a gain of about 7 there. He did break a couple of tackles and no injury, although that was very close there. Almost had and they will break for an injury timeout there, actually. He was on the ground for just a bit long, and number 25, Webster, will have to come out for a play after that, although we will keep playing immediately. It's going to be 2nd and 2 there. Good result for Jesuit overall, and like you were saying, Jackson, we do need to keep developing that run game. It looks like it's just been working perfectly. We just need to get it in the end zone next time, basically.
Yeah, we've unfortunately had 2 fumbles this game right around the end zone, which is the last place you want to have it. But here's a run, and that will move the chains. And, both teams are relying heavily on the ground game. We have seen very few passes on either side, which is very interesting. A little bit more traditional to keep it on the ground. When you have running backs and dual threat quarterbacks like this, it makes sense as to why you go to the ground game. but a good gain for the Bears and set up a 1st and 10 at right around the 36-yard line.
First down again.
Draw play out to the running back once again, and another good gain of about 8.
Yeah, another good gain there. The running backs are just kind of exploiting the outside now rather than the inside, since they found that they can't get through the Jesuit front 7. They found a little bit of success here with consecutive 8-yard runs and first down, and we'll have to see how the Crusaders perform on this 2nd and 2 once again.
Yeah, the Crusader defense has done really well so far this half, getting some stops, but here the Bears are rolling a little bit. Another design QB run, but this time he is stopped. Looks like number 61 was in on that. Jackson Prismeyer, the sophomore. There is some youth on this team, mostly made up of juniors and seniors, but there are a few sophomores on the squad, and they are getting some really good experience and preparing, to keep it going in the next few years.
Yep, our 2 sophomores are Jackson Prismeyer and Kyle Garvis, an O lineman and D lineman. So they will be getting a lot of experience this year, growing so they can start next year.
And here's a short 3rd down. It is swallowed up once again as he is taken back. Number 41 in on that stop. That is Cole Huff, who had the interception in the first quarter, and he did a great job and an amazing job by the Crusaders. With a 2nd and short, you think with a team with such a good run game, they're going to be able to convert, but a great stop by the Crusaders on what looked like was about to be another long and successful drive for the Bears, but now the punt team comes out and Krug Royal is back deep.
Yeah, and it is the punt team here, but I'm sure Jesuit is very cautious of this as they're down 27-7 with only just a little bit over a quarter to go, and it is a fumbled play.
And he is back trying to run, and he is forced out of bounds at the 25, and there is a flag. It might have been a late hit somewhere, but Landon, looks like you called that one into existence. Not necessarily a fake, but definitely a busted play as he luckily picks it up, got a few yards, but definitely not what the Bears were looking for. We'll see what that flag was about. That was thrown over by the sideline. Might have been a late hit.
Yeah, looks like both teams had a late hit on this play, so it'll be interesting to see how it's called. These 2 players went sliding out of bounds well after the play was over. Looks like the referees are conferencing right now. And messed up play there. Snap was over his head, and he just tried to get whatever he could out of it, and it's going to be Jesuit ball here. Now we will wait for the call as we have a lot of officials here, and they do point on both sides, and it's looking like maybe a call against Drake here. Although we'll have to see what the final verdict is as here they come.
Yeah, and it looks like some penalties on both teams. Things might be getting a little bit emotional. So far, it's been relatively calm here. But here comes the offense once again. Fusick ready to go back to work in a short field here, right about the 25, already near the red zone. And he is joined by Joel Crawford, who is set to his right. Few receivers out wide, Will Taylor and Leland Smith, with 2 tight ends set, Jewett and Holt, as they shift here. Looked like it's going to be a run play, and it is. And Crawford's going to get outside, going to cut up the middle. And another good gain of about 10.
We see that bunch formation there. 2 tight ends lined up to the right, and both Chico Holt and Thomas Jewett are big guys, and so when they shifted up to the left, they provided key blocks there for Crawford.
Fusick once again hands off to Crawford, straight up the middle there. Good stop by number 6, DeAndre Willis.
Right to the 10-yard line, and there is an injured player on the field, another Hastings player, and so
we will step away for just a moment. Hopefully he is all right as the training staff takes a look. We have a few updates for those interested for scores around the district. As I said earlier, it looks like Taylor is pulling away from Elsick 21-6. And Pearland is continuing to dominate 42-14. They played really, really well against us last week and show that they might be the front runner in this district. You know, we're excited to see how the district plays out. This is District 23-6A, so, you know, we're wanting to do a lot of contenders here. Jesuit definitely looking to make a deep playoff run and vying for that district.
Stopped early last year, and we're looking to get back to 2 years ago when we had a very successful run, and here comes Jesuit back out on the field. We haven't had a weather day tonight, even though that was looking like it might be in the cards after all that rain earlier. Luckily, that has not happened, and here comes Fusick again with a 2-back set.
Fusick in the gun, gets the snap, fake handoff, he's gonna lob it, there's Jewett! Touchdown, Crusaders! Great play there, fake the handoff, caught Jewett on a little bit of a cross route, and here's the replay. Yeah, looks like Jewett just comes across, little out route, and a great dime there, just right to the outside, keeps it away from the defender, and that's Fusick's third passing touchdown, as it is now 33-7, and here's the extra point for Owen Baum.
Yeah,
and another flag is thrown.
There goes Reese Bender there goes Mark Arsham off the field. And that play was fantastically executed. After all of the runs, Hastings was definitely expecting another play to go to Joel Crawford or Giacomo Valente, but instead, we had Thomas Jewett run a great corner route, and he was covered. It was tight coverage. He was able to extend his arms and make a perfect catch in the end zone. And here's Owen Baum.
And the kick looks to be no good.
Maybe a little bit tipped there on the line. It came off a bit weird there.
Yeah, it did. But luckily, big lead for the Crusaders, 33-7, with about 2:25 left in the third quarter. Another great drive. We had the short field after the issues on the punt team for the Bears, but they went to work with Crawford, and then Thomas Jewett finished the job. We haven't seen a lot of passes this half, but the passes that we have seen have been executed well and have proved to be, you know, really positive yardage, and that one ended in a touchdown.
Yep, and Bryce Fusick, another game with over 3 passing touchdowns. He's just been consistently good, and here comes the kickoff team again to get it off. Hopefully we don't have any special teams troubles this time, as Owen Baum is set to kick again, and here we go.
Yeah, the last time they had it, they had a really good return, and here's the return once again, out to the right side, out to about midfield. Pretty good field position for the Bears once again. But, you know, like you were saying about Fusick, in a game that's been more dominated by the run game, he's still able to produce in the passing category with 3 passing touchdowns. And, you know, he's yet to throw an interception. So that's been a major thing. That's been a major focus for him, is really controlling the turnovers. You know, and he's done a pretty good job. 5 interceptions in 4 games. You know, for a junior quarterback, that he's done a really good job, especially with how many passes he's been doing in the last few games. But here's the handoff here on the left side, and he breaks free. He's got blockers at the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. Good run by the Bears to start off this drive, and that is Aquarius Newhouse. We've seen him multiple times.
Yeah, he's been all over this game. Definitely the quarterback's favorite target, both on the ground and in the air, and he just managed to get a good outside run there and break through Jesuits' our cornerbacks out there, and there was some good blocking throughout, and they're going to be set up at about the 24-yard line here, looking to take it in.
Yeah, Jamarian Hines, number 11, was out blocking there, and here's another run, but he is swallowed up. Great job by the defense once again, getting over the line of scrimmage.
Number 37, Caden Collins, has nothing doing there once again. We've just been so good on the inside runs this second half. Big adjustment there for the front 7. Just been fantastic in getting us the ball back and keeping them from getting some yards.
Yeah, you know, I think that has a lot to do with the coaching here that has been superb. You know, Coach Fikach knew exactly what needed to be done at halftime, and he's executed that. And here's another designed run, but again, a great tackle by number 26. That is Warren Brown, the junior, who kind of broke away from a block and got that tackle, which would have been a great gain around the corner. And we have once again another injury as the training staff takes a look. It is a Bears player, and we will step away for just a moment. And we have another update from the Pearland game. Pearland once again pulling away 49-14. That one is getting a little bit out of hand for Alvin.
Definitely.
Just once again showing the dominance by Pearland, and showing last week, it wasn't a fluke, and that Pearland is the real deal. Definitely someone that the Crusaders are really going to have to, compete with if they want a chance to win the district.
Yeah, and we didn't have too bad of a game last week. Just a lot of turnovers offensively, and the defense didn't play too poorly. It was just a lot of long plays that could have been otherwise counteracted, and this injury timeout does look a little bit serious, but Jesuit has been playing well on defense so far this game. This is the least amount that any team has scored on us so far this year, and it just looks like we've definitely upped our game this past week, especially in the front seven. Coach Mossbarger, of course, on the linebackers has been getting that up with Mark Arsham and everybody else back there.
Yeah, definitely. The defense has definitely stepped up. And one more update. Looks like Shadow Creek and Pearland Dawson are locked in a close one in the third quarter, 24-24. They continue to battle it out in that one, but fortunately the injured player able to hobble off. We hope he is all right, but looks like gameplay is set to resume as the Bears are at the Strake Jesuit 22-yard line in the red zone. It'll be long 3rd and 8.
Substitution there, so that number 53 could come in for that injured player, number 62, Amira Binka. Number 53 is not listed on the roster, so I'm not sure who that is, but he's going to be set in the empty backfield here.
And here's the blitz, and it's going to be picked off. That's number 2, Gavin Stewart. He's at the 50, the 40. He's going to break away. He's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Crusaders!
2 pick sixes. Awesome.
Wow. These defensive backs really know how to turn on the Jets when they get the interception. Gavin Stewart just turns the corner and just takes off. Little spin move there, and he takes it back for 75 yards to the house.
Super long interception, just like Josh Bears earlier. And the defense has really come in handy here, as we've now scored 2 defensive touchdowns, and Owen Baum is out to kick again. Hopefully,
this is actually Owen Rossetti.
Owen Rossetti, yeah, the junior here.
Great job by Gavin Stewart, just once again jumping that pass route. And this extra point is good for Owen Rossetti, his first one of the night.
Maybe his first one of the year, too.
Yeah, our primary kicker has been Owen Baum, so Rossetti gets his chance here and makes it count.
Yeah.
But, man, the defense, we were just talking about them, stepping up, and they've done just that. We've had a few turnovers in offense, but we've definitely had some great success forcing turnovers, as that is our 3rd interception, our 3rd, pick, and that's the 2nd one that we've taken all the way back. And, when the defense is producing scores, that really, really helps the offense, not have to, rely on their production.
Right. Although we have been producing very well on offense, too. Just gives them more time to develop the strategy. And as we see, this is Owen Baum kicking off right here to give Hastings the ball back with about a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
Owen Baum set to kick, and the kick is off with kind of a low kick, bounces around. Going to be picked up by number 5, George Cannon, the senior, and he's going to get down to the outside. And he's had some good runs so far out to about the 35-yard line.
Good coverage there that time, though. Did not get past the 40 as they had the past 2 times. So A-Leaf will set up shop at about the 35-yard line. And we'll see how this drive develops, as I do see some new personnel coming in there for Jesuit on defense, maybe switching some things up and allowing some younger players to get more playing time in here.
Yeah, you know, we're leading right now by 33 points, so, you know, about 5 scores. So, you know, really gives us a chance to see what the, you know, the backups are made of, and these guys are ready to really play here as the Bears get set on first down. It is going to be a run, but stopped once again. That's number 37, Caden Collins, getting in the backfield. What a play there.
This is Jesuits' either 5th or 6th tackle for loss tonight. They're just able to get in the backfield consistently in the second half, and they've just been so good on these inside runs. The Bears are just not able to get a lot rushing this half.
Yeah, you know, when you kind of show your cards in the first half, really show that you rely on the running game, the defense kind of shifts to a more, you know, run coverage defense, and that's what's happened, really. They've struggled to produce like they did in the first half, and that's why they've struggled to score so far. Looks like it's going to be a flag on the play. Refs might have seen some... Oh, it is going to be a timeout, and it's going to be a timeout for Hastings.
Yeah, and though we have been good on the run this game as well, we have had good pass coverage, and when you can't run the ball up the middle, you've had a little bit of trouble running the ball up the outside too, and 3 interceptions. There's just not a lot you can do. And our defense has just been so effective, again, limiting them to 7 points, and just a shutout after that. Very good so far, and here's Coach Mossbarger, Abear, and Coach Feetkoch out there on the field just reviewing the personnel and everything else. Here they come back out with that quick timeout. A little bit more time for Mossbarger there with his linebackers. And here they come back on the field.
And it is going to be 1st and 10.
5 receivers.
With Bahiofor all alone in the backfield. We've seen some designed runs in this situation, but looks like he might try and pass as the snap is fumbled. He picks it up, spin move, and he's going to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Man, we've seen him do that a few times as well.
Yeah, a couple fumbles here from the center, and it'll be the end of the 3rd quarter right now. Sorry, not a couple of fumbles, a couple of messed up snaps, both to the punt team and to Bahiofor, though he is able to get that one, like you said, back up to the line of scrimmage. And now they'll switch sides, though not much to do is Hastings is about at midfield here. And we'll see what develops up next on 3rd down right here.
Yeah, the defense has been dominant in the second half. As you get a little view of the crowd, it's still pretty packed here, even with this dominant performance. The student section really enjoying this one, seeing their team really excel on both sides of the ball on this homecoming Friday night. And, you know, like you said, even though it was maybe expected to rain, the weather has been really nice.
Yeah,
really,
perfect day.
Really good night for Friday night lights.
Not too hot, not super cold either though, so I'm sure they're perfectly comfortable out there. The short sleeves here, although it does get a little bit chilly in Houston up in November, right now it's just perfect football weather.
And as we switch sides here, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Bears. Bahiofor all alone in the backfield, 5 receivers out wide, and there's another messed up snap here, and he's gonna have to scramble up the middle once again, and he breaks free, and he's still going out to the outside. Wow, what a run there. He just refused to get tackled. The Crusaders couldn't seem to bring him down. You know, we've talked about his size and his ability to maneuver, and he did just that on kind of a busted play once again. He just goes right up the middle, breaks. There's 1 broke tackle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that is impressive.
To make 2 defenders right there run into each other as well. And of what could have been an awful play there, he turns into a 1st down. Nayleaf does have the ball on the Jesuit half of the field, and here he comes with another 1st down play.
And he keeps it in a fumble, and he picked it back up. Looks like he's had some trouble holding onto the ball, but did a good job there falling on it. Got some positive yardage, and they, even when the clock is ticking, still relying on the run game, which just shows how dominant the Crusaders secondary has been in preventing these passes. You know, when you have 2 pick sixes and another interception, it's probably pretty scary to throw it to these guys, knowing that they might take it back.
Absolutely. And it looks like they are developing a little bit in the inside once again as we focus more on these outside runs. So hopefully the Crusaders can adjust to that.
Another run up the middle. This one, good tackle there. Number 57 in on that tackle. And that is Ben Norvell. We've seen him a few times, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, and that's going to be about 3rd and 6 here, just a gain of 1 or 2. And we get them into a 3rd down situation once again, but they are on our half, so we may see another run here just to get it maybe just about 6 yards.
Yeah, and I think we're in 4th down territory here.
Definitely.
So might kind of revolve around that. Know that you have 2 plays maybe, you know, because you don't really want to punt it from here, and you're also down big. So, and here he is all alone, and there's another designed run straight up the middle.
Stop there. Just a couple yards from the 1st down, and I'm almost certain they'll go for it here. They've been, 1 for 2 here on 4th down conversions. This will be the 3rd one of the night, and the Jesuit is definitely going to have to prepare for another run up the middle here. And we see Coach Hebert there just making some more signals to tell his defensive line what to do.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be about 4th and 3, a big 4th down for A-Leaf Hastings if they want a chance to take a stab at this lead.
Definitely, and here's Bayofor. Takes the...
Oh, and there it is! And it looks like he might take this one to the house! Oh, and he fumbles the ball! And it's picked up in the end zone, and that will be a touchback. Wow. We saw Giacomo do a similar thing, and this time it's Bayofor. It looked like he was going to take this one in the end zone. Great job by the defense. Let's see who stripped him. It looked like it was 26. That is Warren Brown.
Evan Ford and Warren Brown
Looked like they did not give up on that play, even though it looked like he was about to score. Did a great job getting the ball, and it's going to be another forced turnover by the Crusaders, and they will get the ball back once again after that 4th down. And here's Fusick back to work at his own 20. Giacomo in the backfield. Giacomo is going to push forward for a gain of 2 or 3.
Yeah, just a couple yards there. And it is very rare to see 2 fumbles into the end zone in a game. And luckily we were able to come away with that one, and we have the ball back. And now I assume we'll just be running the ball and just draining this clock so we can get the Crusaders to cruise to a win. Although there is a pass here. And that is caught by Will Taylor here. That's another 1st down for the Crusaders. The clock is going to stop at 8 minutes, and it looks like we'll have Fusick out here with Valente, and they're going to snap the ball once again.
Fusick in the gun, Valente behind him. It's going to be a handoff there to Valente up the middle, changes direction, and he's back, goes up to about the 47, and it will move the chains.
I think what they're doing here is giving Joel Crawford some rest and letting Valente just carry the ball here for some more yardage.
Another handoff to Valente out to the right side. He's going to get a few yards as Sean leap forward for that one.
He may go over 100 yards this game, and here comes Chico Holt to substitute out for Thomas Jewett, just definitely getting the backups in here now. And Chico Holt is definitely someone who could use some more practice in as he develops into the starting tight end here.
It looks like the ball was fumbled by Fusick as he maybe tried to pull it back from Valente, and it will be a fumble, and it's recovered by Hastings. Man, the ball must be slippery tonight.
I would love to see that replay there.
A lot of people fumble the ball. That one very costly. Looked like there was maybe a miscommunication. Maybe Fusick must have been trying to pull that one back, didn't like what he saw from the handoff.
We saw him talking with Harry Agee, and here is the replay.
Yeah, it looked like Fusick gets the snap. Yeah, it just looked like, just maybe a miscommunication. Didn't know if that was supposed to be a fake. Very unfortunate play, but the Bears get it back. And here's Bahiofor. Again, another design run straight up the middle.
Wow, he's just pounding ahead here, about 8 yards there. Time is coming off the clock, though. We're about to be under 7 minutes. And you wonder if Pearland is just trying to get out of this game as much as Jesuit is at this point. They've just been running the ball, and they have been getting a lot of yardage here. And here's Bahiofor about to take the snap once again.
Yeah, you know, it is kind of a positive for the Strake Jesuit team that they are running the ball, just taking time off the clock. But here's Bahiofor once again, puts Newhouse in motion, and it will be a handoff to him as he gets close to the first down marker. Good tackle there by Jake Foster, another team captain for this team.
Newhouse has, as we've said all night, has been featured over and over again. And he's definitely one of Bahiofor's favorite players here as he comes back onto the field, ready for a first down once again. And Pearland is just pounding the ball here as they did last drive. And Jesuits just playing very conservatively, trying to give up minimal yards here and get out of this game. And here they come with two back set again.
Bahiofor in the gun, gonna take it himself, this time bottled up by a few Crusaders there for only maybe a gain of 2, perhaps. As the clock continues to tick, we are under 6 minutes remaining. The score remains 40-7.
Yep, and there is the scoreboard. Your Jesuit Crusaders leading 40-7 with 5.5 minutes left. As Bahiofor is set to take the snap on 2nd and 9 here.
Bahiofor, handoff. Change direction, is going to go up the middle, and it's just bottled up once again by the Crusaders. Number 19, Jacob Technic on that tackle.
And he's a player we haven't seen too much tonight, although he is getting a lot of action late in this game. He's had a couple of tackles here, and the Hastings Bears are substituting some players in as well. That is Jalen Jefferson coming back onto the field, and it looks like they may pass here based on him being back.
Yeah, it is 3rd and 7. You're down by a lot, so you might want to try and push it into Jesuit territory here, try and get on the board. As he drops back, little screen pass, good catch there. And it will look like it might be good for the first down, or at least close to. Good catch by Jadon Webster. That looked like it was passed behind him a little bit. Good
no
catch.
First down.
And he was able to get up to close, and it will actually be 4th in inches, really. 4th and 1. And it looks like the offense is staying out there.
Oh, definitely. They want to get some more points on the board here in the 4th quarter, late here. Come out for 4th down, and he will take it.
And a good job there by Bahiofor. And, you know, based on what we've seen, I mean, he's almost guaranteed 1, 2, 3 yards when he takes it himself. He has been that dominant.
Yeah, and of the tackles for loss, only a couple have really been for him, and we do have an injured Crusader down on the field.
We'll take a moment. Hopefully he's all right as the training staff comes out to take a look. Another update, quick update in the district play. Pearland continues to dominate, up 56-14 over Alvin. And it looks like Shadow Creek has pulled away a bit, up 31-24, as it looks like the injured player makes his way off the field, luckily, by his own power. And there's a little look at the student section.
That
Still
is O.J.
relatively...
Jamo walking off the field under his own power.
Yeah, good to see him on his feet.
And yeah, as you said, the student section, still a lot of people here, although more and more are filing out as the game gets close to over. We see a lot of mums here because Jesuits' homecoming is tomorrow night, and if it does end up staying clear, we will be having it mostly outside with some casino games. And here is number 7, Gabe Hejok, getting ready for the next play.
Another designed run here.
Nothing doing.
Looked like the ball might have come out, but it looked like he was down. And it looked like Jadon Webster took that from the snap.
Yep, direct to him, either purposeful or not. I'm going to have a 2nd and 9 here. And we're going to be hoping to get a first down quickly as the clock continues to tick. We're almost under 3 minutes now with 3:20 to go.
And it's going to be 2nd and 9. Bahiofor is going to take it himself. Couldn't break the tackle. That's number 31, Will Watchell, on the tackle again. Only a few yards for Bahiofor.
Yep. And we see him just take it over and over again all games. He's definitely over 20 carries at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's right around 150 yards even rushing. Definitely not at that number passing, but it has been successful for them, at least to a point. They've been getting it down here at about the 30-yard line, but after that it's either been intercepted or they just aren't able to make the conversion here except for one time.
Yeah, you know, the offense has been a little bit stagnant for the Bears as the snap is once again bobbled. And it looks like Jadon Webster came up with it, and he's going to be tackled for a loss, it looks like. Ben Norvell on that tackle, along with Aiden Shields.
It's going to be under 2 minutes by the time they snap the ball here. You just know they're going to go for it, trying to get anything in these last couple minutes of the game. Bahiofor will look to the sideline for the call. Almost certainly going to be a pass as Jalen Jefferson, the sophomore, comes back onto the field wide. Would not be surprised to see the ball at least attempted to go to him from here, as there are 4 receivers out on the field. As well as a tight end, we haven't seen much of that all game, Darian Snell.
Yeah, the passing game has struggled with the good job of the secondary, and that one thrown a little short, intended for number 18, Kaipolano Kayo.
And that will seal the deal as Jesuits offense will come back onto the field. Although Hastings does have 2 timeouts, not sure if they'll use them here as there are under 2 minutes left to play. So Jesuit, if the timeouts are not used, could kneel out the game and otherwise just need really 1 first down to finish it off.
Yeah, an overall great job by Strake Jesuit. They've dominated both sides of the ball. Bryce Fusick has commanded his squad valiantly, and he's done a great job. And actually the backup looks to be in right now. That's number 14, Mark DeAndrea, the senior. Looks to be in for a few snaps to end this one. It's going to be a handoff there to Lanier. We saw him active in the first game, and he breaks a few tackles, gets up near midfield. We saw him a little bit in the first half, a little bit of a quiet second half, but there's a big gain there, and that's what you needed to move the chains to really run down this clock. But like I was saying, really well-rounded win. A few mistakes that they're going to have to, work on. The turnovers, definitely the fumbles. But other than that, well done by the Crusaders and a great win on homecoming night.
No interceptions for Bryce Fusick, but a bad snap here.
Mark DeAndrea falls on the ball.
And yeah, as I was saying, no interceptions for Bryce Fusick this game, which has been really great. They worked on that a lot this season. He's been getting the turnovers down and just no interceptions. 1 turnover for Jesuit here with that fumble into the end zone, but otherwise it's been all Jesuit as we finish off this game 40-7.
Yeah, with about 45 seconds left.
This will be the last play.
And Hastings played well, a little bit overmatched, but they played their hearts out, and we appreciate that competition as Alex Butkin, the other backup, takes the snap and gives it to Lanier. And that looks like it will run out the clock here as Strake Jesuit is going to earn their first district win of the season over A-Leaf Hastings.
Brings them up to 2-3 on the year, and the players will get in line for the midfield handshake as the game clock ticks down to 0 here.
And we want to let you know to stay tuned for the post-game show as our guys in the studio will recap the game and look ahead in the other games. Well, we want to thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed this Strake Jesuit victory. And we look to cover more games in the future. We hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. And I am Jackson Amorosa, and I'm joined by Landon Foltz. Have a great night and a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, what a game it was, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to the field. I'm Thomas Hatfield, back down here for your post-game show, and it was quite the defensive battle today, but the offense really picked it up towards the end, especially Joel Crawford, who had quite the second half, taking him well over the 100-yard mark, nearing 150. And you got to be pleased with this defense's performance here today, as they did quite the job. Quite a different defense than we've seen in the past few games. So coming up on our next broadcast will be the 15th against Pearland Dawson. However, next week, your Strake Jesuit Fighting Crusaders will be on the road against Shadow Creek. So we hope to see all of you at those games and on our broadcasts. So from me and all of SJet and CSN, this is Thomas Hatfield. Thanks for watching. Let's hit the highlight reel.
Jesuit, you might be seeing down there.